Yeah, hey, 1-2. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to World Polo League action here. Matches 3 and 4 on tap here today, scheduled for an 11 a.m. tee-off here in South Florida, Colorado, and Flexjet. My name's Gus Whitelaw. I'm joined here today by Alejo Taranco. Alejo, thank you very much for joining me.
Good morning, everybody.
Beautiful morning in South Florida for a polo match here. Great looking field. We're at Grand Champions today on field number 3. The players out there getting warmed up. It's been a little bit colder here in South Florida. I use that word lightly. I know that there's a lot of people tuning in from across the world that hear us talk about it being colder in Florida with temperatures still in the 50s and 60s that think we're crazy. But it was a 30-degree change or so from what we've been used to. So a little bit chillier this morning, a little bit of a breeze rolling around here, but a beautiful, beautiful day in South Florida for this Palm Beach Open match. We had a couple of great matches yesterday. Alegria victorious in the morning, and in the afternoon, Estes Farms. Man, oh man, did those guys have just a an incredible first match in World Polo League action. Had a chance to talk with Rob Dranavis actually during that match, and he was talking about how J5 put that team together for SIU. But anyway, those were yesterday's games. We're on to today here. Flexjet in Colorado, ready to get rocking and rolling here. The Flexjet team, Melissa Ganzi, Pablo Spinacci, Alfredo Bigatti, Alejandro Novija Estrada, and the Colorado lineup: Rob Dranavis, Juan Martin Zubia, Diego Kavanaugh, Hero Del Carril. Those guys, the Colorado team, coming off a very strong.
Been playing really well on the last two tournaments, especially on the last one. They've been competing quite well on a very good level of polo speed and very open games. I think they have a tough semifinals against Valiente in the Founders Cup, which was very good to watch. And now, they are coming back on the Palm Beach Open for the first game of this tournament.
Yep, and they so this is a new tournament for these guys. The first tournament was the Founders Cup. Grand champions Casablanca team were able to beat Valiente in that one, and man, what a great polo match that was. I mean, that was one of the better matches we've seen in quite some time.
In the last three checkers, the score changed for one team and the other one until the last minute that they went to extra checker. And I think it was a great final and a great end of a game with a field goal, and great to watch that type of polo, that level. So now we are all ready, expecting how all the teams are going to do now in the Palm Beach Open.
Yep.
The thing starts getting more serious tournament by tournament and more competing. So let's see.
Well, every tournament you get into, that's one more behind you, one less you can win if you haven't gotten one yet. So, two more finals left to play here in 26-goal competition in South Florida. It was interesting, talking about the field goals, and a field goal won it in that Chukker number 7, reading the interview with Nero, him saying, man, I got the ball. I saw that I was all alone. There was nobody on me, and that put almost more pressure. He said, I know I had to make this one. Anyway, he did, and it was big day there for the Grand Champions Casablanca team. So kind of a casual start here for our 11 o'clock match here. Flexjet out on the field right now, pretty much ready to go. Most of the players are waiting on the Colorado guys to jump out here. We'll go through our first Chukker pony list here. For Flexjet, Melissa will be on Sylvia, an 11-year-old. Baymare, Pablo on M4. Alfredo Bigatti on Matsu, who's an off-the-track thoroughbred as well, a 13-year-old. And Alejandro, on Mago.
Mago, yeah.
So Colorado, please jump in if you know any of these ponies here. With Zubia on Secretaria.
Hero del Carril on Morano, and Rob Jornavas on the well-recognized Jordi, the Palomino.
I mean, just as a staple in the first Chukker for him, and that pony won best playing pony in the
subsidiary final of the Founders Cup, And Diego Cavana is on his Black Mega Campichere, 11-year-old English thoroughbred.
So that's our first Chukker ponies there again for Colorado Secretaria, Delfino Morano, Jordi, and Campigera. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Campigera.
Right.
Yep. For Melissa, she's on Sylvia. Pablo on M4. Alfredo Bigatti on Matsu. That's a pony, actually, when Pete sat with me, he said that he had played Matsu earlier this year before, it took a break to come back for this, and was one of his best ponies. So one to watch there on Alfredo Bigatti, and Estrada on Mago. So the teams are at midfield here, ready to jump into Palm Beach Open action. Again, both of these, this is the first match of this tournament for both of these teams. Both of them looking to come away with a 1-0 record here today. Bigatti, back shot there, cross field. Spinacci turns back for it. As Del Carril and Zubia all over him there. The gruesome twosome. Downfield it goes off the mallet of Pablo Spinacci, picked up by Bugatti here, and Matsu, who's looking to connect with Melissa inside there. Del Carrillo coming down the line, takes it forward here. Diego Cavanaugh trying to buy him some time there. Alfredo trying to get back to it. Nice touch of the mallet there, lifting his mallet there was Del Carrillo, keeping it away from the ball, allowing Cavanaugh access to that one. It's picked up here by Zubia. He circles, gain control here, and Del Carrillo moves forward. Turning back is Spinacci. Spinacci gets enough on that one to keep it away from Del Carrillo. Picked up by Estrada. Del Carrillo challenges, gets him to leave that one behind. Bugatti is there to take control for Flexjet. Nice ride. He gives that ball out in front. It goes, and Del Carrillo is back to defend. Del Carrillo, a short back shot there. Estrada trying to pick the pieces of that one up, looking for the next shot. Will he get it to goal? Across the front of the goal mouth it goes. Zubia watching the action there. Coming down the sideboards, ball released inside. Trying to find Cavanaugh there. Cavanaugh tied up with Bugatti. Estrada there as Zubia moves in here along the sideboard. Zubia hoping that ball gets left behind. Now moves in trying to get him to leave it behind. Alfredo doing a fine job holding his own along the sideboards there. It's eventually left behind though and picked up. Now Zubia again, the back of the pack. Zubia sends his men forward here, hits inside. Cavanaugh going to try and jump on the line through the midfield area here. Diego Cavanaugh for Colorado. Cavanaugh winds up maybe a 56-degree wedge on that one. Doesn't get as much contact as he had hoped for. He drills it right out in front that time. Dranavis has some work to do to find a left-hand turn. The ball evades his mallet, and it's picked up here by Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci's going to let that one go over the back line and out of play. And I tell you what, they're coming out of the gates hot here, Heyo.
Yeah.
5 minutes left to play. Chukker number 1. Nice action here in this Palm Beach Open match. It's Estrada on the knock-in. In the number 3 position here today. Lofted shot here. Ball's going to drop just shy of midfield. Melissa Ganzi thinks about it. Del Carrillo, though, committed to that line. He comes in charging. Melissa's behind him there. Del Carrillo sends it for Zubia on the near side. He takes control. Juan Martin Zubia with Cavanaugh moving in there behind him. Zubia zigging, then zagging, now trying to find a path to goal. Bugatti watches there, can't make a play on him yet. Zubia trying to get through traffic there. It's on the doorstep and knocked out of there very nicely.
Good for Pablo Spinacci, that
jumping right in there.
Yeah. And now Alfred Bugatti stopped a ball in the air. It was going on to goal as well.
Awesome action here in the first Chukker of this match here. You couldn't ask for a better way to get this one going. Alfredo from the backfield trying to find Ganzi out in front. Ganzi waiting for it. Cavanaugh commits to the line, moves in, able to take control nicely here for Colorado. And he holds Flexjet in. Going to hold him onto that north half here. Colorado just trying to keep knocking on the door here. Ganzi trying to put the moves on Cavanaugh. Might have got a hook on him there. Now Del Carrillo. It's a situation he likes here with time to operate. He sends a pass downfield, and Flexjet, though, all over it in the backfield. Estrada handles a bouncing ball, comes across the front of the goal mouth. Now releases. Ganzi moves in, jumps on the line. Del Carrillo going to trail here. Melissa Ganzi moves to the near side. The ball left behind. Dranavis and Jordy in on the play. They get turned around. And pass for Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh out in front looking for Zubia, but Spinacci looking for Zubia as well. He gets there a half a beat before Zubia can, but Rob Dranavis has taken control back here. He is on a mission downfield. Will he be able to connect with the cut shot? It's moving towards the goal, but more back line than goal line on that one. And we're wide and out. Another knock-in.
Flexjet is defending quite well every situation, and Colorado is having the control of the game at the moment. But they have a few shots out to goal. But slowly the game is getting into the rhythm. I think Colorado needs to go. You know.
Yeah, they got to finish if they're going to get on the board here, because, like you said, Flexjet is doing a great job on defense. If they could get a little offense going, they'd be on the other side. They keep getting stopped there, kind of right at. They're having trouble getting out of their own backfield. In the meantime, we've got some sort of official timeout, I believe. I think there's a piece of tack, a problem with tack on one of these Colorado players, I think, and so the umpires let them take the time needed to get that sorted out. Let's see if we can take a look here, get any indication of what was not right, but something not right there, so take a second here to make sure everything's where it needs to be. Flexjet waits on the north side here. This is really the first kind of time out here. 2:09 left in Chukker number 1. We saw Chukker number 1 start with Melissa on Sylvia. Spinacci was on M4. Alfredo was on Matsu, and Estrada on Mago. Now, look at this. In the meantime, I think they're going to let everybody go ahead and change. Our horse list just went blank as everybody starts jumping off. We've got a horse list here that kind of starts updating as the changes are made. So we'll see. We can get updates here on who they're moving to. But time is out here. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in a scoreless Chukker number 1. Scoreless, but not actionless. I mean, there's been tons of movement and action here in this match. No goals yet. Colorado's been knocking on that door pretty well, but not able to get through. And Flexjet, like you said, Alfredo, like Estrada had a good one in front of the goal there, saving it, and then Alfredo knocked one out of the air. So nice defensive action for Flexjet.
I think something happened to Rob Jornawas.
Oh, look at that. A feisty pony down there. Great pony. Yeah, look, Rob might be getting checked out. He looked like he was kind of holding his right hand, maybe, or holding his hand when he was coming back. I don't know if I thought he might have been holding a piece of tack in it, but maybe there was, on the way to goal there.
I don't know. See, after that shot, he asked for timeout and he's taking out his boots, so I think something.
Oh, is that him sitting?
The substitute getting ready, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what's going on there. We saw another one of those guys kind of grabbing their back. I don't know if they were talking to him, if he tweaked something in there. And let's see, who's the...
Kian Hall.
Kian Hall, okay.
The English 2-goaler, I think, is replacing.
All right, so we're in a, looks like I guess that'd technically be an injury timeout then. We see Flexjet waiting here, but we are in an injury timeout. Rob Jornawas stripping his boots off down in the tent down there, and it looks like Kian Hall preparing to go into battle here. So 2 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. And we're in an injury timeout. They're getting switched up down there in the tent. We'll see what happens. I wonder what that, man, it was tough to tell. It didn't look like there was any contact with Rob.
No, but after that shot, he asked for the timeout and he went straight to the tent. No,
man, you know he hates to miss a game or hates to miss any of the action.
Only 5 minutes of the Chukker he played. And
2:09 left on the clock here, so we're just barely into this match, and we'll see if we can figure out exactly what's going on down there with Rob. So, on Grand Champions number 3 here. I was saying I had a chance to talk to Rob yesterday about the about the J5 program there. I'll bring that back up when we come back. We're going to go to a commercial here, and then when we come back, we will play out the remaining 2:09 here. We're going into injury timeout. It looks like Rob Jernavis stripping his boots off in the tent down there, preparing for an alternate to come in. We're going to go to break right now and come right back to the action as soon as it's ready.
This club is one of the most welcoming, friendly, but yet competitive polo clubs.
We're all here for the love of the sport and the love of the lifestyle.
This is the most fun you can have on a horse.
We have several different levels. We play -2 to 20 goals. So if you don't have your own horse, we have club horses that you can use.
The fields here are incredible. We've got 3 great grass facilities, and in the fall and the spring we can play arena.
We do a bunch of events during the summer, and our idea behind that is to promote polo, is to, again, bring polo to the masses. And this past year, we hosted the Rocky Mountain Polo Festival.
Every single person that I've seen at practice and tournament is just having a great time.
It's a great group of people.
Everybody and anybody is welcome at the Denver Polo Club.
We're back here in South Florida coming out of an injury timeout. Okay, so here is what we were able to learn when we went away. Rob Jernavis coming off the field complaining of back pain out there. So, and you could kind of tell that there was no question in his mind about how he felt when he came off, because he went right to the tent and those boots came right off. And the replacement went right to work, is doing as much stretching out as he can. The boots go on. And so here you go. So now this shakes things up a little bit here. Kean Hall, the English 2-goaler, and to replace Rob Jernavis here. Jernavis leaves the match with back pain. And on the knock-in here, we see Estrada. Alejandro Villa Estrada. Big ball off the back line. Melissa Ganzi going to work out in front here with Jernavis' replacement there, Kean Hall. Moving in to put some pressure onto there. Melissa Ganzi trying to work behind Kean there. Ganzi towards the goal. But wide and out that one goes. So Colorado will have a knock-in down there on the south side of this Grand Champions field, number 3. Bad luck for Melissa. On our way to goal there. And Colorado is going to take possession here, and they send it out to the left. Kavanaugh to collect the ball at the sideboards. Full wind up there and along the ground. This one comes down towards midfield. Del Carrillo through. Now Zubia. Zubia yields on that one. Nice job. Yeah, nice, because that one would have probably turned into a whistle. Pablo Spinacci with the next shot downfield, trying to find Melissa Ganzi. Ganzi gives this one a shot. Will she find a goal? Melissa Ganzi shooting down there on the south side, trying everything to get that one in. And it looks like they've got it turned around down there on the doorstep. Juan Martin Zubia, in his first season playing in the United States here, I think 19 years old. He and Del Carrillo, 19 and 20, I believe. And, I mean, just a pair of fantastic players there. Back shot by Estrada. Nice moves there as the 30-second horn sounds. Back shot by Zubia. And here comes Del Carrillo. Hero on the near side. Left behind. Back shot there by Bigatti. Nice moves there. Those guys play some polo together down in Argentina, don't they? Inside it goes. Estrada. Zubia. Hanging out a little bit more in the backfield here today. Juan Martin Zubia sends a pass to the left for Diego Cavanaugh. The double horn goes as that ball is making its way to midfield there, and that will do it for Chukker number 1. So a scoreless first Chukker. Interesting kind of turn of events there, hey-ho. I mean, just a kind of defensive battle down there for Flexjet.
Yeah, on the first half of the Chukker, and now they have a couple of situations Flexjet to score a goal, and it's been Colorado defending well every situation.
Yep, a lot of opportunities down there. So and then Jernavis exits the match with back pain. Kean Hall comes in to replace him. So that's what we know at the end of Chukker number 1. We're going to go to commercial break and be right back to start Chukker number 2. This is ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of the Palm Beach Open. We'll be right back.
Pleasure, boom, she pleasure. In your side is pleasure, boom, she pleasure.
We're back in South Florida here in between Chukkers 1 and 2, getting ready here for the second to kick off. Players coming back out here. We're going to kick this one off here right around midfield. We'll see where the umpires place this one, but I think that where that ball was just a little bit south of the midfield line. And we'll start with a throw-in. So opportunities for both of these teams here in Chukker number 1. Opportunities, down towards the goal. Both teams, leaving some room to tighten the scope up there. They don't quite have that scope dialed in, and they need to get those goals a little bit closer there. But even here at the start of Chukker number 2, so still a pretty fresh game here. Oh, nice baby, Zubia on Riedel. Will he get the goal here? I imagine this will be point number 1 on the board. It sure will. That is a pony that he seems to have a lot of confidence on.
Yeah, she's been doing really well for him in the last 2 tournaments, and I think he's one of probably his best.
And that's a 10-year-old English thoroughbred Riedel there that Zubia owned by J5. We see Del Carrillo on Sueca. It'll be Kian on Dixie and Diego on Maya. Dixie, an American thoroughbred. And the action moves north here. Strada trying to hold on to it there. Hey-ho was kind of mentioning in between Chukkers there. It's we've got 2 halves of open teams. Argentina.
Of La Guada on Flexjet and of La Ensenada on Colorado.
Yeah, Del Carrillo and Zubia, both members of that La Ensenada team. And Aguada, or Bigatti and Estrada there. Alfredo, nice player. Watch play there on the near side. Sends a back shot for Estrada. He's at the sideboards. Trying to decide where to go with this one. Making nice contact there. Trying to find Spinacci. Alfredo trailing him there. Pablo's pass out in front. Melissa Ganzi looking to finish with a high flag here. Melissa Ganzi shoots to goal. This one wide, though, of the goal. Again, a couple opportunities for that Flexjet squad, but having a tough time putting between the pipes here. 2 minutes into Chukker number 2. It's 1-0. A great goal by Zubia for Colorado. First seconds of this Chukker here. Now on the knock-in, Del Carrillo starts right, sends it left. Zubia makes sure Estrada stays out of the picture, and Kavanaugh moves inside here for Colorado. Trying to work that one around Bugatti. It's picked up by Del Carrillo. He advances down the right-hand side there, trying to connect with Hall. Hall being guarded by Spinacci. Spinacci fires a tail shot, crossfield. Bugatti and Estrada there to play. Alfredo being trailed by Juan Martin Zubia now. Nice way to kind of draw those Colorado players out towards the sideboards before releasing a back shot out towards the middle there, but Del Carrillo is not going to be fooled by that one. Kavanaugh. Zubia. Zubia releases. Out in front go Del Carrillo and Hall on the near side going to goal. Can he get it done? Going to need to save that one with a back shot. It looks like it stays on the field there. Hall doing a fine job keeping it in play, but it's Bugatti now. Alfredo Bugatti. Coming down the sideboards here. Estrada out in front. Zubia with a little tail shot there. Kavanaugh overrides. So does Del Carrillo. Kean Hall is in and watching Spinacci closely there. Little tricky stick at midfield, and Spinacci takes control and back at it. Nice touch by Zubia. Interesting to see Zubia really playing that back position today. They've really seemed to have kind of switched there.
No, it's just a casual moment of the Chukker, and they stay on one playing us back and Hero more in the front.
Yep.
But that doesn't mean that they haven't changed anything on their tactic. I think.
Now Bugatti. Now Estrada. Ooh, he almost got the hook on that one there. Kavanaugh likes his chances. And Colorado continues to shut Flexjet down at the midfield line. They're able to bring it out. A lot of times it's on this kind of western side here, but they just continue to get stopped by Colorado. Del Carrillo moving forward here through the pack. Del Carrillo, the ball left behind. Zubia close. Bugatti on the near side here for Flexjet. Into the corner he goes further into his own backfield here, hoping for an opportunity to either run that one or pass it off. He finds Estrada, dishes the ball. Melissa Ganzi on it now for Flexjet, and now Bugatti there to back her up. Alfredo. Zubia moves in for Colorado. He goes for the near side back shot, gets a piece of that one, keeps it away from Flexjet, and Del Carrillo has a little bit of work to do now to take control in the Colorado backfield. No problem there for the number 4. Now Bugatti. Now Del Carrillo. Nice poke. Del Carrillo. Now Kavanaugh. Diego Kavanaugh, the 9-goaler there, trying to make nice contact. It jumps his mallet. Del Carrillo backs him up. A bouncing ball here. Kavanaugh slows down to guarantee control. 1:43 left here in Chukker number 2. And it's Spinacci. Pablo Spinacci clears crossfield, picked up by Alfredo Bugatti. 1.5 to play in the second. Low-scoring match here, 1-0. And Zubia wants to change that right here, right now. Juan Martin Zubia driving inside. Can he get around Bugatti? Kavanaugh there to back him up. Diego Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh full swing. That one cranked right on through. 2-0 here in the second with 1:06 left to play. I mean, nobody on Diego. Look at he has as much plenty of time. He could do whatever he wanted with that ball. He chose to score. That's a good idea. Good thing to do. So they come back to midfield, winding down Chukker 2. We'll see if they're going to get the ball back in play or not here. 8 seconds ahead of the warning horn. Team's coming back in. And the ball's back in play. Yeah, they got it in just in time. We were looking right down the line there.
Gone.
Pablo trying to make the most of Chukker number 2 here. Working downfield, that ball working towards the goal. Knocked out of there. Oh, safety.
He got a safety.
I think so. That one must have been heading for the goal. Otherwise, he would have let it go, huh? I mean, that must have been a...
It was in the direction to the goal, yeah.
So I think that'll probably do it there for Chukker. Yeah, oh yeah, that thing was definitely heading towards the goal there. So that will do it there for Chukker number 2, I believe. I think they're going to call Chukker on that one, and we will deal with that safety or whatever it turns into. I imagine that'll remain a safety, though, when we come back to start Chukker number 3. So how about that? A couple of low-scoring Chukkers here. Good action. We see Kean Hall in to replace Rob Jernavis. And we're all out of time here in Chukker number 2. So we'll be back after this commercial for the start of Chukker number 3. We'll be right back.
I love this mare that we got from Vicky Armour. Her name's Girl Power. She's probably the most comfortable horse I have.
My name's Carlos Gracida, and I played the mare a couple times in Grand Champions. Yeah, Girl Power was always nice. She was always smooth. She always had a good mind, and for thoroughbreds, that's huge.
I play her usually first and sixth. Best attribute, definitely her speed. I was able to get on her and hit a big neck shot to the goal to go up by 3. She has such a comfortable stride that I had such confidence hitting the ball. I knew I was going to hit it well because I was on her.
The players and ponies coming back out here for Chukker number 3. Look at the horse list here for Colorado.
Subía un Chaqueta. Jero del Carril on Doña Cali. Kean Hall on Lamparón. And Diego on Puntilla.
Puntilla. So let's see. Doña Cali. I think Santi was playing her. Was Santi playing Doña Cali in the last tournament?
No. It was always on Jero del Carril.
It was always Del Carril.
She's one of the probably the best and the one she like most.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And Chaqueta is new on Juan Martin's list.
Okay.
That is a quite good mare of the Valiente organization. So she should be great for Juan's.
So I think penalty 6 here, a safety. We saw that Flexjet team trying to get one in there. Pablo Spinacci charging hard to goal. It ended up a safety. Estrada gives that ball a ride, and that one is right on in and good for a goal. So Flexjet gets on to the board here. Beginning of Chukker number 3. That's really a continuation, though, of the second. We'll give them credit for being on the board in the second, maybe. That play is what wrapped up Chukker number 2. Either way, it's 2-1 now here in the early moments of Chukker number 3. The teams come back to midfield, line up on the mounted officials. They switch directions. They do that after every goal scored. So again, Kean Hall filling in. Hey, you've been in a situation before where you've had, one of your teammates had to swap out in the middle of a match. What does that do to you as a team when that happens?
I think probably also the guy that in this case Kean is coming in. He need to play a few chukkers or a couple of chukkers to know a little bit his position on the field and what he need to do. And especially what I do is try to not to invent much and do things simple until I get into the team and the game,
So you kind of if you're the substitute coming in, you kind of take it easy and get the feel for it.
Yeah, and especially do my job on be organized and well organized on the field and try not to lose my man on and that's more or less my idea always if I have to make a substitution. It's not easy. Now Kian has five chukkers to get used to the team and everything, so I think he won't have a problem. It's different when you have to come in the last chukker or middle of the fifth chukker where the game is about to be decided and be, that's difficult.
I always, kind of feel for those guys that have to go in the sixth chukker in a tied ball game or something like that. And you might have warmed up with the team ahead of time, but you're definitely not warm anymore.
And to know the horses, and that's really the saddles, the length of the stirrups, all those things are the small details that it changed you a lot,
And so with, Kian obviously was waiting there. There are typically, substitutes in the tents for guys at different levels. Wow, look at that huge shot there from Hero del Carrillo trying to drop a big bomb downfield. But recovered down there by Flexjet. And another big shot there by Estrada trying to get that ball out of their territory. Pablo goes to work there. Sends one right over Kavanaugh. Alfredo's all over it. So they're clicking nicely here through the midfield. Alfredo Bugatti looking to tie things up here on his way to goal. Del Carril holds him up. On Doña Cali, like you said, one of his favorites. That's why.
Actually, Diego Cabana is not on Puntilla. He's on Eda. There is a daughter of the well-known Edna.
Okay.
An American thoroughbred from the old days of Outback, Adolfo playing with the Garon family. And she's one of Diego's best one as well.
That's awesome insight there. I love having you guys with me that know so much about those horses there and can say, we do our best to get the lists before the match, and sometimes those guys will make a last-minute substitution. It's nice to know and give the right horse the right recognition. And then fun to kind of that was a couple years ago, Adolfo in the Outback days.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Great organization there. Here's Del Carrillo holding Flexjet in, turning and firing. Right down it goes. Zubia has to get around Estrada if he wants that ball. Estrada gets the back shot first, and Hall moves in. Kian, look at that, just sending one right down to goal. Wide it goes, though. As I was starting to kind of say down there, Kian obviously waiting down there to be a substitute if needed. How much time typically will a substitute spend with the team outside of the games? Obviously at the games they're going to be waiting, if they need, but how much time will he spend with Rob practicing or riding horses, any of that stuff?
In this case, it's Kian is most of the time with their team, with the Colorado team and their organization. He's helping on practices and riding horses. So
he's not just a guy that shows up to the field to be a spare.
In this case, it's for Kian, it's easier because he knows the horses and been practicing them, Pero bueno,
the organization.
The organization.
Well, yeah.
The difficult is when you are just watching the game and someone get injured and you have to come and substitute. Then it's not the case today. But when you have to, that's
a big difference.
Yeah,
that's a big difference. So this is I guess then it's a real comfortable transition for Kian here to jump in.
Today for him is not as difficult as it can be.
And for the rest of the team they're also used to having Kian around, somebody who works for the organization and in a more full-time capacity maybe. So interesting there to get that insight. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the first half of this match. I mean, a low-scoring game here for sure. We haven't seen many of these, but that not an indication of the action. They've been moving up and down the field nicely. Colorado doing a fine job containing Flexjet, and Flexjet to be down by 1, I think, given how much time has been spent in the Flexjet half.
Holding the on defense quite well and taking the good opportunities on penalties. Now he's having Negro the second chance. And let's see what's happened.
And that's a penalty that happened right here at midfield. We saw Alfredo Bugatti move in there and really put some quick moves. He had a big reach to try and get that ball, and that play ended up in a foul. They move it 90 yards plus downfield to the 60-yard marker. It's Estrada here from 60. He winds up. He's looking to tie this one up. Some indecision on the back line there, and I think they're going to call that one wide. They will call that one wide, so not able to tie things up. The score remains 2-1, 2:20 left on the clock in the first half. If you're tuning in late, you're tuning into Colorado and Flexjet here. 2:10 now to play. Chukker number 3 in our first half, and coming off the back line is Hedo Del Carrillo looking for his buddy, Juan Martin Zubia. It was a great, we had some great time working with these guys as we're putting together the In the Saddle series there. Got to spend some time with Del Carrillo and Zubia, and a couple of guys who were having a great season here, came off a great season down in Argentina, and you know, just really trying to take it all in, it seems like, and take as much, make as much of this opportunity as these young guys can. You saw Zubia chasing the play there. Now Del Carrillo will defend here before Gansey can get in to make a play. Del Carrillo to Zubia. Zubia said during that he loves to hear, or excuse me, Del Carrillo said he loves to hear Zubia calling for it, you know, saying hit it or back it, and that.
No, and Juanso is fast and powerful going forward, you know, and when he does it, he asks it is because he's on a good situation, you know.
Yep, and Del Carrillo said, I love when he says that stuff because I can hit the ball and I know he's going to be there. And that's, I mean, that's when you talk about confidence, that's what confidence is in a teammate.
Between
you know?
them, yeah.
Zubia, crossfield, Kavanaugh trying to get there before Spinacci. Those guys have, you know, Pablo Spinacci spending so much time with the J5 organization and the Valiente team over the years.
He knows all the horses and the players.
I mean, he probably knows the horses as well as anybody out there. I mean, that's his job, you know, bringing ponies along. Spinacci playing with Flexjet here today, though. The 30-second horn goes here. We're winding down the first half. The ball in the air. It drops right out in front of Melissa Gansey. Flexjet going to work here. Gansey moving downfield. Spinacci out in front. Gansey going to need a big right-hand turn here. 6 seconds left on the clock. Will Melissa Gansey get it in? Quick. Get it.
Got it.
No, Del Carrillo said, I don't think so. The double horn goes there. The flagger was ready, but not able to get it through. They leave that one on the field, and we will leave the coverage right there. We're going to go into halftime now. We'll be back for Chukkers 4, 5, and 6 after this halftime break. You are tuned in to ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of the Palm Beach Open and the World Polo League. We'll be right back after halftime.
La yegua más famosa que por historia que me ha divertido cómo viene el cuento es la falta en vido, que él ha ganado contra un amigo jugando al truco. Falta en vido significa como el final del partido, ¿no? Entonces le canté falta en vido, él me quiso y le gané con 25. Y la yegua terminó siendo una de mis yeguas favoritas en toda mi carrera, de hecho la cloné, la tengo clonada. Pero lo más increíble que del cuento es que la yegua ganó Copa de la Reina, mejor yegua, jugó el abierto varios años.
Rugby player clutching thin air as Cambiasso slips away, puts on the heater, takes the ball down the ground.
Y tengo hijas que bueno, las llamo a través de los nombres del juego, que son la Flor, la Sota, todo a través de lo que es el truco y el juego se llaman los hijos, así que y la verdad que tengo muchas hijas jugando acá, una está jugando rock y otra estoy jugando yo.
So I've been playing floor now and it's incredible. The acceleration that this horse has out of the plays is pretty phenomenal. You know, you see a play and think to go to it and she accelerates into it with so much power, but at the same time she has so much handle and flexibility that to slow down afterwards it's so easy. And you know, I never rode Falta en Vido, but I can imagine that she has a lot of the same attributes that her mother did.
I played Sota the first time in 2012, and she was 7 years old. There was a year that she came from Argentina, and after that I played her again in 2015 and 2016. And probably in 16 was one of my best mares. Adolfo's gonna play her this year in the World Polo League season. Has a lot of power, you know, good mouth, is good acceleration and very good endurance. You know, they will play two chuckers quite well, and that I think is why they are so good.
Thank you to J5 Polo and Team Valiente. We got to bring a bunch of kids out here to the polo field to learn a little bit about polo and a whole lot about horses.
So it's really fun to get them exposed to the world of polo. This is something they've definitely never done, so we really enjoyed it today.
I think it's a great idea to give back to the community as an athlete. It's a good learning program. It's great for the kids and it's good for the players. You want to do it again?
Yes.
All right, let's keep doing it.
She got on the horse and learned courage today, and that's what we're all about.
Our main goal at Equine Partnership Program is to share the healing power of horses with kids who don't get to experience this. So please come join us at the Polo Fest.
Horses make me feel happy.
Well, welcome back here to South Florida. Coming out of halftime here, we take a look down towards the Colorado side of the field there. We see Del Carril and Zubia having a little bit of a lighter moment there as they go to remount here for our second half. Our lineups there, Rob Jernavis, he's being filled in for here by the two-goal Englishman, Keaton Hall. Juan Martin, Zubia, Kavanaugh, and Del Carril. They're rounding out the Colorado lineup for Flexjet. Melissa Ganzi, Pablo Spinacci, Alfredo Bigatti, Alejandro Novija Estrada. Kind of fun. I was sitting here with my buddy Alejo Taranco today, and he was kind of mentioning that we've got two halves of two Argentine Open teams down there, on the field here today. From La Enseñada, there's Del Carril and Zubia. And for the La Guarda team, Estrada and Bigatti. Kind of fun to see those pairings of guys that have been playing in the Argentine Open. Those two halves of teams up here in the World Polo League 26-goal action. So the umpires put their whistles to work here. They call the teams back out. Again, my name's Gus Whitelaw. I'm joined by Alejo Taranco. Hey, Ho, what do you think these guys were talking about at halftime here in the tents?
I'm not. I don't know. I think they've been controlling Colorado, especially has been controlling the game most of the time. They have a couple of chances, and they need to score it. And then Flexjet is defending well, and the two situations that they got it, they put a penalty through and the other one went out, and they just save a goal, a shot of Melissa in the last second and the horn. Pero bueno, I think they need to put a little bit more pressure and try to score the situation that they both teams been having, and we can see a more score game and open game, you know.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed for that. It was 2-1 at halftime here. There's been some nice action up and down the field, but we wouldn't mind seeing a couple more goals out here. We'll see what the second half brings for us. Again, Colorado and Flexjet doing battle out here today. We're looking for the Colorado horseless here, Zubia on Fox.
Jero on Lavanda. Equivocada is for Kian Hall, and Diego on Coral.
I think every horse that Diego's on is one of his, isn't that right? I mean, we see with some of these other guys that there's some combining, or at least most of them.
Yeah, Diego, he got a couple of the Valiente J5 organization as well. Probably he got half of them his own and half of the
Okay, so a little combination there. I know that he had brought a bunch of horses over
from the last years and been bringing, and he's well organized
from England and Argentina. I think,
yeah, both. Well.
Yeah, well organized. It's amazing. You know, you say we talk about how you have to be well organized for polo, but exactly what that means. Rob and I were talking about that a little bit yesterday, as far as the team, the SD Farms team that J5 put together there. What he was explaining, it was interesting, saying that they'll put a team together to help somebody get right into high goal polo. You know, I guess a lot of times they say it takes 3-4 years to establish,
or even more.
You know, to establish the horses and the
players, the grooms, the pilots, everything.
Everything.
And this is.
It's a lot that goes into it. So we start back here. The second half is underway, and Del Carril goes right back to work. That pretty much picks up Chukker 4 where he left off in Chukker 3. He saved a goal. This one, we'll see if it stays in play. It does not. It drops a couple feet outside of the sideboards there. Kean Hall wanted that ball. He was coming in there to make sure that if it stayed in play, he was in position. I like that you talked about as a substitute. You want to make sure you come out and do your job, number one, and then as you get comfortable, you can kind of start, you know, maybe doing somebody else's job also, but just focus on your job as you come in there. And he was trying to play that number one spot perfectly, so he was in the right spot there anyway. As they restart, Flexjet turns it over immediately to Colorado. It was Del Carril that intercepted the pass. Now it's Zubia out in front here for Colorado. He circles around to the right. Nobody on him. Look at this. Nobody on him. And he's able to fire that one downfield. Alfredo getting a mallet on it, I think. Nice work there.
Backhand.
And Estrada here. Ganzi waits at midfield. And this one doesn't even get to midfield before Diego turns it around here for Colorado. Diego Cavanaugh. He looks up. He's going to think about shooting from here. He lets it rip. Will he get it?
Golazo.
From
Diego.
Nice angled shot there. Cavanaugh, you saw him kind of look up twice. And just to make sure that he was on target there.
Yeah.
Beautiful work. I mean, just outside of reach there of Pablo Spinacci. Spinacci in a tough... That defender gets kind of caught in a tough situation there. It's like monkey in the middle. You don't know exactly which way to go there, which one to try and defend, and you need to really take both of them out. Ball back in play. Here's Melissa. Melissa Ganzi. Coming inside, Estrada. Coming across the middle, going to take a little bit of a cut shot here. He goes for the low rolling cut shot right on in. Nice work there by Estrada to pick one up. 5:08 to play in Chukker 4. Melissa Ganzi on the pass there. Nice work by Melissa to send the pass. And Estrada on attack. A nice cut shot right towards the middle of the goal there.
We got 2 goals in 2 minutes of the fourth Chukker.
Hey, we crossed our fingers and it worked. Look at that. We'll leave them there. Teams are lined up. Man, that ball's back in play. Look at that. I mean, those guys obeying the throw in there. They were lined up on the dotted line. I mean, that was a first picture perfect throw-in I've seen in quite some time there. Alfredo Bagatti looking for the open shot there. The ball jumps his mallet. Zubia puts Colorado back in it. Bagatti jumps back on the play there. The whistle sounds. I mean, Zubia just bursts out away from midfield there. Big speed. Zubia. Yep. Alfredo he couldn't help himself on that one. It's tough to do. That ball ends up within reach of your mallet, and you think, well, I'll give it a try. Look at the umpire with his hand on his shoulder saying, now, it's okay. Trust me, it was a foul.
It was a foul.
Trust me.
We can see that later on after the...
Oh, it's tough. Especially, you get in the heat of the moment.
You don't want to believe that it was a foul.
No matter what.
It happened.
Yeah. Bagatti's going to use that opportunity to switch ponies. As Del Carril circles here for Colorado. Towards the goal, now through it. Colorado up by 2 here. The score 4-2. With about, let's see, what do we got here? 4:20 left to play. And Chukker number 4. Looking at the Flexjet horseless here. Melissa Ganzi on a 13-year-old named ATM. Pablo on Peter. Alfredo back on Matsu, it looks like. And Estrada on Pitkin. Is that right? Yeah. Ball's back in play. Spinacci. Pablo Spinacci. Oh, 1-2. Estrada. Nice rip there by Estrada. Kavanaugh coming back to collect for Colorado. Bagatti trying to hold him up there. Nice work by Alfred Bagatti. Pablo Spinacci looking for that tail shot towards the goal there. Estrada finds that ball, finds the next shot. Zubia trying to keep it out of there. Can he get it done? He can. Will it stay in play? It will. Nice defensive play there. He avoids the safety as well by keeping that ball on the playing surface. Down the sideboards they go, and it's Kavanaugh here out in front for Colorado. They have him surrounded. There's a man in front and a man behind Kavanaugh. Goes to the close ball control skills there as Kian moves in to back him up. Now, Kavanaugh. He's got tons of time here. Should he want it? He fires inside there. Oh, baby, Estrada trying to spear that one out of the air. Kavanaugh shooting the three-pointers here, you know.
From distance, two.
Look at that, 2 in a row. Excellent placement there. Estrada's only chance there is to spear that one, or excuse me, not Estrada, Pablo.
Spinacci.
Yep, Spinacci. Estrada's like, that wasn't me. What are you talking about? Pablo trying to knock that one out of the air. Man, we saw Gringo Columbres knock one out of the air yesterday. That on a 60-yard penalty shot there. I don't know how far away it was. Doesn't matter. He knocked that one. He did what Pablo was trying to do there, and it worked well. That one, though, was a goal for Colorado. Kavanaugh with the eye today. He's got the adjustments just right. Oh, look at that. Kean Hall goes to work. Look at that. He even took a little stutter step there. It's like he was trying to make sure he got it right, but not right enough as the umpires whistle that one with 1:52 left here. And Chukker number 4. Five to 2 here. 3 goals separate these two teams. And it'll be Flexjet with the outbound penalty there. Penalty 5, a spot hit. Spinacci hits forward. Ganzi. Melissa Ganzi, loping down the middle. Melissa Ganzi on her way to goal. on the right track. Left behind and picked up here by Colorado. Flexjet. Deep in Colorado territory, trying to get that ball back, but Kavanaugh gives it a ride out to the right in front of Del Carrillo. Estrada beats him. That was nice work there. Estrada looked up and really got to where that ball was going to be. Zubia leaves for Del Carrillo. Del Carrillo hits back up to his buddy, Juan Martin Zubia. How did he get that shot off? Nice work, Zubia. Inside, read nicely by Begatti. Alfred Begatti across his goal mouth there. Estrada's hoping for a pass from him, but that ball's been left behind. Del Carrillo moves in, but Spinacci's already there. Nice work by Pablo to get there in time. 45 seconds left here in Chukker number 4. Spinacci pounds one out in front. Diego Kavanaugh moves in. Kavanaugh coming around the long way here. Begatti comes right down the line. 30-second horn goes. Diego Kavanaugh has control. Big windup. Kavanaugh trying to send inside for Zubia. It rolls along the ground. Zubia checks, jumps on the line. Oh, I think we have a whistle?
Yeah.
For some tack, I think. Maybe a stirrup leather. No, it's going to be for Pablo. No, it was a stirrup. Maybe it's a little bit of both. He's got a stirrup in his hand, but he's also got a little bit of a limp to him, it looked like. I don't know exactly what's going on. That horse, the umpire's got the horse in the stirrup leather. And the cart coming out here to take Pablo off should he need a ride. And he's going to just kind of sit out there, stretching out. I think maybe a groin, something like that, or in that area.
Yeah.
Trying to maybe knock a little wind out of him or something. Hard to tell. We're in an injury timeout here. That much for sure. I guess that does it for Chukker number 4. So the end of the fourth, 5-2 there. Colorado on top by 3 goals, and we'll take a break here between the Chukkers and come back for the 5th right after this message. We'll be right back. Coming back here, ready for Chukker number 5. Spinacci remounted there. He took the little bit of time in between Chukkers just to walk off, stretch out a little bit, jump back on. Whatever issue that we were speculating he had there seems to be under control here. 2 Chukkers left to play. 15 minutes of action left here in this Palm Beach Open match. And do you have any idea what the call was on there? I mean, we saw Zubia just, bearing down on that goal on the south side there, and then I guess whatever gone on with Pablo was enough for the umpires to
whistle to stop the game.
To stop the whistle. We'll see. They're going to bring that one all the way back here, huh? You see the ball is placed here. I don't know. Or maybe there was a foul over here that led to that run, and they called it late. You know, is it? I have no idea.
They're talking about it, Pablo and the umpire.
Pablo's like, hey, man, thanks for stopping Zubia on the way to goal. So 5-2 here, 15 minutes of polo left, ready to start Chukker at number 5. Players and ponies coming back out here for Colorado. We'll see Zubia on Sospechosa, American Thoroughbred, owned by Nacho Badiola. Del Carrillo on
Pampa.
Delfino Pampa.
Delfino Pampa, yeah. Kian Hall on Flor, Rob Besmer, and Diego on Shusha.
And Flor, let's see, you play that horse's sister? Is that right?
I played Sota for a couple of years. With Valiente.
And so did you ever ride the original?
The mother?
Uh-huh.
No. She was almost retired when I got to La Dolfina. And she played, I think, for 2 seasons the Open, and then they retired her. A great mare of Adolfo.
It's a fun story.
She had a long career in England and also here in the States, and then went back to play a couple of years in the Open, and was a really good mare. And now these are the first generation fillies that are coming in, and they look quite similar to her.
And boy, I tell you what, if they're any indication of what's coming, it's a great mix there, a great combination, some nice horses and with a fun story. I'd like to hear a little bit more about how that horse ended up in the Truco game, but I don't know if we'll get that out of Adolfo. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He can tell us a little bit more about it, because he's now playing Sota, her first daughter, and he played the mother for so many years. He can compare a bit between the two of them.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to hear more about that whole deal and how exactly that horse ended up in the Truco game, and more on that. But in the meantime, we watched a nice goal there and a needed one from Flexjet. Spinacci there, whatever. Pretty sure that was his white helmet that went through the goal on that one. Whatever affected him there in the bottom of the 4th seems to not be holding him from scoring goals here. Zubia hooked on the play by Bugatti, backshot by Spinacci, and Estrada looks to take it on the forehand here. Sends a pass downfield for Melissa Ganzi. She waits at midfield, and off and running she goes now. Melissa on a pony named Rebecca. Pablo on Belladonna, Bugatti on Forget Me Not, and Estrada on Carmelita. One of Negro's own horses there. Kavanaugh controls for Colorado. Ooh, swing and a miss. Ganzi turns quicker, gets on the line. Melissa Ganzi has that ball stolen away from Diego Kavanaugh. Melissa Ganzi trying to make him pay for it, too. Ganzi on her way to goal. Will this one get inside? Just a little wide. Diego happy about that one as that one gets wide there. Nice work by Melissa. 5:20 left to play. Chukker 5. Colorado with another knocking. Del Carrillo. Zubia running hard. Juan Martin Zubia on Sospechosa, an 11-year-old American Thoroughbred. Trying to move inside here. Zubia, ball left behind Bugatti. Fakes back, sweeps around to the left. Del Carrillo behind him there. Now Estrada on the gray here. Lofted shot. Zubia waits, watches, turns and wails on it. Out in front, Hiro Del Carrillo. But it's backed by Spinacci first. Coming around, take control. Estrada. Kean Hall looks for an opportunity there. Thinking he might get a whistle. I don't think so today. Here's Bugatti coming down the sideboards. Alfred Bugatti, big neck shot attempt here. Moves inside, but picked off and intercepted there by Zubia. Kavanaugh comes in to collect. Diego Kavanaugh. Spinacci looking around, trying to figure out where his man is. Kavanaugh with control. Kavanaugh looking around, trying to figure out where all of his teammates are, know what options he has. He sends down the boards there for Del Carril. Zubia must be getting a pony. Hall. Kean Hall. Kean Hall on the doorstep. Kean Hall trying to get around Estrada. Will this one get in? Nope. Knocked out of there. It might have been kicked. Who knows? Who cares? Didn't go in. That's all that matters. Estrada now coming off the back line for Spinacci. Spinacci thinks about it, looks at Kavanaugh, knows that he's got a teammate coming in behind him there, leaves it behind. The teammate has a little trouble, and it's Del Carril to put some pressure on Estrada. Hiro Del Carril turns. He's looking to shoot this one inside. And it's going to end up wide of the goal, kept in play by Alfred Bugatti. Inside for Estrada. Downfield it goes. And Ganzi's on the drive. Melissa Ganzi working downfield. And it ends up wide and out. 2:19 left to play in Chukker number 5, and another Colorado knock-in coming from the south side of this Grand Champions field. Numero 3. Now Zubia. Handling the knock-in. I like it. He takes the knock-ins as you go forward. Del Carril. Trying to draw a foul there off Spinacci. No whistles to be found, though, and it's Kavanaugh racing down the line here for Colorado. Diego Kavanaugh putting some air in that pony. Kavanaugh shooting inside. What a pass indeed. Kean Hall. Look at that. Diego gets right back to it. Ends up a pass for himself. He puts it in the air, taps it on through. Says, whatever, Kean. If you don't want it, I'll take it.
great play of Diego and end up on a goal.
That's a nice horse there. Kavanaugh's cut shot.
Minue. She's Minue. She's the spare horse.
Watch this. He comes right back to it. Oh, Zubia there. No?
No. Diego Kavanaugh.
Yeah, it is Kavanaugh. Yep. So he sent the pass, ended up passing to himself, pops it up, puts it through. 6-3, 1 to go. Chukker 5. Ganzi back on it for Flexjet. Nice contact as she moves downfield. Spinacci's going to circle around here. Melissa Ganzi trying to cut it inside. Pony takes a stumble there. Unlucky for Melissa, and it's picked up here by Del Carril. Oh, Bugatti trying to make the most of it. Spinacci sends it towards the goal and eventually through. All right, so they get one down there on the north side. Flexjet does. They'll take it, and that'll do it there for Chukker number 5. The horn goes after the goal down there. Pablo praying that one goes in, and it does. So that'll do it. Chukker number 5 is all said and done at 6-3 as we head towards the 6th and final Chukker of regulation. You are tuned in to ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of this Palm Beach Open World Polo League match. We'll be right back after this break.
This club is one of the most welcoming, friendly, but yet competitive polo clubs.
We're all here for the love of the sport and the love of the lifestyle.
This is the most fun you can have on a horse.
We have several different levels. We play -2 to 20 goals. So if you don't have your own horse, we have club horses that you can use.
The fields here are incredible. We've got 3 great grass facilities, and in the fall and the spring we can play arena.
We do a bunch of events during the summer, and our idea behind that is to promote polo, is to, again, bring polo to the masses. And this past year, we hosted the Rocky Mountain Polo Festival.
Every single person that I've seen at practice, in tournament, is just having a great time.
It's a great group of people.
Everybody and anybody is welcome at the Denver Polo Club.
One more to play here as we come back to Wellington. It's 6-4, Colorado enjoying a 2-goal lead here in this Palm Beach Open match. This is the first match of this tournament for both of these teams. And Colorado feeling confident coming into their 6th and final here today. They've controlled the match all the way through. We take a look in here as we see the commissioner talking with our mounted officials here. These guys staying real tight here, and you know, they come over to do a little review. They talk a little shop in between chukkers here. It's a great way for
they combine very well between the umpires and the commissioner.
It's
on the way they have to carry the games and whistle and everything. They have done a great job until.
Yep, and that's you know, the umpires making sure that they carry out the wishes of the league, and that is to see fast, open polo, and to only call the fouls that pose danger. Outside of that, you're not going to. I mean, there is no doubt. For those, you know, right-of-way violations, there's a certain amount that we've seen them call. You know, a couple lengths, whatever it is, out in front of those guys. That if you get in there, they're going to call that every time, and that's a great call. You know, look, you take the
especially that you have to. As a player, you have to know what they whistle and how we have to get used to the way of playing. And when the umpires are consistent on the way they whistle, then it becomes a lot easier and better for everybody. I think the idea of getting that open polo, especially for spectators and players, it's always a lot more fun and nicer, you know, to see that.
Well, and I mean, the proof is in the times, you know. Look, right now, 12:14 local time. I think we started actually a couple minutes late.
Later, yeah.
So an hour and change, and we're heading into the 6th chukker, you know, so that right there.
All the games been less than an hour and a half, you know, an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 25 minutes. And today we have an injury timeout where they change players, you know. And
even with that.
Yeah, even with that, it's been always... all the games being quick
and that's what they're looking for, you know. I mean, that's indicative of less whistles, less fouling, and less unnecessary calls. And one of the things I thought was really interesting was what Dale was saying during the finals when we were chatting with him about letting them play out and see how the possession goes. If the team with possession is fouled, but they're able to maintain, and then they get a goal or something like that, they're not going to call that. They're not going to stop the play just for that. If they maintain possession, now if they don't maintain or something happens or they're not able to get a fair shake out of it, then they'll whistle.
Then they stop the game and give it in favor. Yeah.
And I think that the players are starting to see that too. They're starting to say, "Look, I need to yield."
Yeah. It's as I said, you know. Once you get used to and when they are consistent, you know what they whistle and what they not, you know, and then you start playing and it started becoming easier for everybody.
And then it keeps getting better. And then that's all it does. It's just going to keep getting better and better. We saw the umpires talking with the commissioner before this chukker started, and just a continued effort to make sure that there's the consistency and that it's the way that the league has in mind. And that's great. You know, it's not only the teams that are making tweaks throughout these matches and kind of adjusting as the game goes on, but the officials you know, doing the same thing. So anyway, here in chukker number 6, we're 15 seconds into the 6th and final chukker of regulation. Estrada hits downfield, and it's taken away here by Diego Cavanaugh. On the near side, Pablo Spinacci, near side back shot, looking for Alfred Begatti. Kean Hall down there in the vicinity, but it's Cavanaugh with control. Diego Cavanaugh hits inside here. Colorado jersey's not on the play yet. It's going to be Spinacci to get there first. Nice read there by Zubia. He puts enough distance between himself and the opponent there to be able to make the decision if he doesn't get every piece of it he wanted. That's exactly what happened. Pablo hit a light back shot there, and Zubia and that pony Nochera, an American thoroughbred owned by J5, were able to jump right on that line and take control. I think Nochera, I don't know, what do you think his favorite horses are?
Oh, yeah, Riedel, Nochera.
Riedel was going to be...
Yeah, those two. And then he got one of his own lady that she was doing really well. And I think she had a little injury in the last game, and now he's not playing her. But she will be back probably for the Triple Crown.
For the next one, yep. Here's Melissa Ganzi on her way to goal here. A nice roll downfield for Mrs. Ganzi. Final shot to goal. Will it get in? It sure will. Sure look good from here. It sure does. Yeah, high flag there. So 6-5. Melissa gets a goal here in Chukker number 6. And that'll bring the teams back to midfield. So back on Sylvia there, the 11-year-old for Melissa.
Yeah, shout out for Pablo Spinacci. El Gibel for Alfred Bigatti, and Vicenta on Negro Novillo Estrada. And for Colorado, bueno, Subida on Nochera, as we said. Jero del Carril on Past. This great mare has been going really well for him. Amapola for Kian Hall, and Diego Cabana on Panceta.
Zubia. Coming through the midfield, Juan Martin, Zubia. Spinacci down there. Doesn't have to defend on that one too much. Just going to let that one roll out. 4:48 to go here in Chukker number 6. Flexjet getting a goal there off the mallet of player owner Melissa Ganzi. Coming back in. Estrada. The long ball downfield. Ganzi going back to work here. Melissa Ganzi. The number 1 for Flexjet is Diego Kavanaugh. Rides beside her there, Melissa Ganzi. Looking for another one here. He'll tie it up on the north side. And right on in that one goes. So we're all tied up here. Colorado, if neither team scores, we'll be in overtime, hey-ho.
Yeah, they need to wake up. And
4 to go. And they're coming back to midfield. So 6s across the board here. 6-6 in the 6th. Colorado ready at the line. Flexjet joins. Zubia is going to come into this throw in late. And here comes Kavanaugh. Goes running right down the middle here. Diego Kavanaugh. Not liking a tied ball game out here. Diego Kavanaugh beating feet. North has the time, but not the ball. He's backed up by Hall, and he gets it done. Nice goal there by Kian. The tie is broken. 3:15 left to play in regulation. Drilled that ball right in. I mean, that was right. Middle, yeah, right at the lens of that camera, too. 7-6 here. Colorado back on top as they have been the entire match. We were tied briefly, but no more. Ball's in play. Bigatti. Now Del Carrillo. Right to work here on this gray pony, putting some air in it.
This mare runs, eh?
Sure does. Del Carril looking for the left-hand turn. Just outside that one goes. And Flexjet will have the knock in here. 2:23 left to play. Checker number 6. And some action on the pony lines down there.
Changing holes, yeah.
A lot of fresh legs coming back out here. And Estrada on the knock-in. Estrada. Now Hall. Kean Hall getting around the corner there, sends the pass for Zubia. Juan Martin Zubia trying to shoot around Estrada. Will it be on target? It is.
Goal, yeah.
Nice flick of the wrist there for Juan. And Colorado's back up by 2 on the replay. Slows, looks, fires, scores. Nice work. One nice series of events there for Zubia. And it's 8-6 here. 1:20 to play in regulation. Colorado battles back from tied to regain by 2. We're at midfield. The whistle sounds. We're -1. Time is out here. I don't know if Gansey had a tack issue. I think she had a little bit of a tack issue on that pony. She's going to come back on this gray. And as soon as she gets back to midfield, we will be back in action. 1 minute and 11 seconds remain on the clock. And the ball's back in play. Clock restarts. Spinacci goes straight to work here. Pablo Spinacci's won a couple throw-ins here today.
Yeah.
The Flexjet team. This is what he's done every time that he has won one. Pablo Spinacci, can he finish with a goal? Not this time. 52 seconds left on the clock here. And Colorado will have a knock-in. Ooh. How about that on the back line there? You about got Zubia. One of those Flexjet players trying to knock a ball wide there. Put one over some changing ponies. Inadvertently, though. The horn goes here. Chukker number 6 running down the sideboards goes Hall with Estrada. Estrada taking it on the inside there. Estrada holding on to it here. 5 seconds to go. The win today goes to Colorado. That will this will pretty much wrap things up here. Spinacci goes, but I don't know if they heard the double horn or not. Anyway, that will do it for our coverage here of this Palm Beach Open World Polo League event. My name's Gus Whitelaw. Big thanks to my man Heijo Taranco for joining me in the booth today. And we'll see you at 4 o'clock. Heijo takes the field. What do you think is going to happen in that game this afternoon? That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, we have a tough game at 4 and Valiente 2 against the Audi's team. And let's see how we can do.
We'll see how it goes. That'll be a new Valiente squad there with Bob, Agustin Nero, Alejo Taranco, Pelon Sterling taking on Audi. That's Gansey, Campson, Roldan, and Pablo McDonough. So anyway, that'll be at 4 o'clock. We'll catch you guys then. WorldPolo.org for all the action. Thanks for tuning in. This wraps up the ChukkerTV and Polo Channel broadcast of the Palm Beach Open World Polo League. We'll catch you at 4 o'clock.